Welcome back to Major League Soccer, everybody. It's TrippinB and DraftKicks, your boys here to chop it up with you for MLS Week 21, I believe, if I count it right. And Sorare Gameweek 383 is coming up. Let me set the scene for you a little bit here in a moment. But first, let's welcome DraftKicks. Welcome back to the show, DK. How you doing, brother?
Thanks, man. Thanks. Big shout out to Zardes fan club, to Jakey. He held it down. Came in like Jovic off the bench and scored right away. The people love him. Wow. I'm not sure how much you love him after that. I'm not sure he'll be welcome back on the show, but it was entertaining, and hopefully you got something out of it.
I'm not sure how much he's going to love you after that Jovic Carson Galaxy analogy. He's more of an LAFC guy. I think he's a former LA Galaxy fan. I'm not sure with his Zardes ties, but
yeah. Well, I guess that's saying I'm Chicharito, maybe, who's potentially done for the rest of his career.
No, my friend. You are back. You are back because let's set the scene. Like I said, it is Wednesday midday. We're recording this episode for the weekend. Game week upcoming 383. It'll publish early Thursday morning. And so there's games tonight. In between the recording of this and the time you watch it and the game week that's upcoming, there's games tonight. There is a midweek game week. It's a DGW Classic in MLS. We did not really have time to get out anything beforehand, but just know that we're speaking in the context of some things could change. We're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming weekend, obviously, but things could change with games that happen tonight. So we're going to be watching it. Jump in the Discord always for the most up-to-date info. The conversation in there has been lively and productive and fun, and everything that we wanted when we created that Discord is we're going to open this up. Everybody come and join in, and hopefully no a-holes show up. And so far so good. No a-holes have shown up. But the reason you are not done for the year, DraftKicks, is because the title of this episode, Podiums, Special Weeklies, and Gold Cup Utility. That's what we're here to talk about. The Gold Cup is upon us. It's going to bring some guys back. This is the first year Gold Cup is covered in Sorare. Shout out to all the Twitter campaign that made that happen. I know Dan and Nicholas and everybody were really engaged with those tweets that went out every week or so saying cover the Gold Cup. Special Weeklies are coming up. We got Major League Sorare, Major League Soccer All-Star opportunities. You can win a contest this week and get yourself a VIP experience at the All-Star game in July. That's pretty badass. We'll talk about that. But first, we got to talk about the podium, dude. You made the podium. Do you have your team called up?
Yeah, it's about time, man. And I don't know. It feels like a little bit of a. I don't know. Is MLS Pro Limited even considered a real podium? I mean, I'll take it. It feels good to be there, but still, it's not like I'm scoring a Hani Mukhtar rare like you did. And
I think it counts, man. I think it counts as a podium. A podium's a podium. I would never discount limited division whatsoever. Obviously, I don't play it as hard myself, but tons of our audience, tons of our friends in the Discord focus more on limited than I do and than you do, and that's great. And I think there's nothing no skin off your nose. It's harder to win limited, right? Because the division's bigger. There's more entries, and there's just more things to sweat and dodge. So to get a limited podium is incredible. I love this team. You really took advantage of the fact that you can play a common card in the division, and you got the very best one there is.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love the Revs at home against shorthanded Orlando. Sorry to our faithful Orlando City fans out there watching. I know we've got several in the Discord, but hey, at least I'm repping the squad that helped me get to that podium.
Let's go. I love it.
Because they were wearing this sun-kissed jersey.
I do love that jersey. When we went to Orlando and they gave us the jerseys, I gave mine away to Seamus.
Of course he did.
G's son.
Because they were playing Charlotte.
Yeah, because they were playing, and I just was like, I can't have this jersey, even though it was I really liked that sun-kissed jersey. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful kit, and I felt really good about the Revs at home. I did not have I don't have Carlos Heel in any fashion. I guess in common I do.
You do now, so, yeah, exactly.
Help me get to the podium, and then who could have thought that Earl Edwards Jr. would get me there? I mean,
incredible, absolutely incredible. Is that a game week? You picked him up for the game week?
Yeah, I picked up a couple, just kind of basically entry tickets. Mm-hmm. They were super cheap. Well, not super cheap, but cheap enough to where I could throw some ETH out there just to get in these contests, and it worked out in this instance.
So what? This is one where we find out what type of Sorare player you are. Are you thrilled with the podium, especially because I think it was a late Opta adjustment that bumped you up to the third, right? You did at one point you were out of the podiums and then you came up after you were done. But I look at the math on that, and I think if you got 35 points plus XP from Edwards and Jones clean sheet, plus you would not take a -2 on heel for the goal allowed. So, yeah, you probably would be sitting there in second or first. What do you focus more on? I got third, or damn, I wasn't first?
Hey, at this point in the season, I'm just happy to take home the bronze medal. I left it at home, but I did get a medal. But no, like I said, we've been, I think, even a few episodes ago, then I was kind of moping about how I haven't hit podium this season. This is probably my third podium ever, and honestly, I think I've finished third each time. And so, yeah, at this point in the season,
I'll take
coming.
Anything First place is coming. So I know for you, for
hopefully
sure.
It's a sign of good things to come.
This is a really well-constructed team on what we would have called a short week. Not everybody was playing, obviously. There were multiple teams on buys and things like that. We got another one of those coming up here for this midweek. There's a decent amount of buys. Not everyone's on buy. But first off, let's see the prize. What'd you win with the prize?
Oh, it was Jesus Ferreira Limited. So there was
Jesus. You cannot F with the Jesus. I love it. Let's go.
Yeah, and looking at the rewards, I know everybody does this. If you're hitting top 10 or even top 100, then you want to go through and look at the rewards and
what would I have got? Yeah,
see what you could have gotten. And I think Dennis Bouanga was not far off from
that's who you wanted.
Yeah, he was not far off from the top, and so I'm counting 1, 2, 3. I'm like, okay, this could happen, and it pops up. You see the American flag, the FC Dallas logo, and I'm like, I'm not mad about Ferreira, but
you're like Paul Areola, let's go.
I've already danced with Paul Areola, and it is not fun having him in the gallery. But no, I was not.
Did you see his clap back on Twitter, by the way, recently? Sorry to go complete tangent on it, but yeah, he posted some
Tim Weah
pissed off tweet the other day about how he was fans were saying he was glad he got hurt or something like that. So fun.
Yeah, basically, I think he quote tweeted somebody that said, "Don't forget that the only reason that Tim Weah got this opportunity with the U.S. men's national team is because Paul Areola pulled up with an injury in pregame." And so Weah got shifted into the spotlight and took his opportunity well. And then, I guess Paulie Nips is a little salty.
I love that guy. I need to meet with Paulie Nips. He's not quite my Wando, but a beer on the back of the bus with Paulie A would be nice for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean he seems like a good guy.
Sorry to throw you off there, but that story popped in my head once you said Dallas American flag, so my fault.
No, it was all good, man. I was just saying, it was just one of those where you're hopeful, and then the prize kind of lets you down. But I'm not mad about it. It's Jesus Ferreira's got a lot of utility. U23 for a couple more years, I think. Take some set pieces on penalty kicks. So, yeah, I mean, let's hope he gets on a hot run.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll sell him, and I think he's going at about 0.025 right now. Maybe just grab that extra dose of ETH and try to upgrade elsewhere. But, hey, it's a start, I guess, for mid-season podium.
It's the name of the game, man. If you get a nice reward, sell it, and if you get a good reward that's a good card that wasn't the one you wanted, sell it and buy the card you wanted. That's how we build collections and stuff like that. I want to quickly we'll get into some of the upcoming stuff here and not be too self-indulgent here on the pod, but since we're still not 10 minutes in yet, I just want to quickly show some of the fruits of last week's labors, I guess you could say. Zardes Fan Club went through the whole gallery review with me, the gallery purge, and I've started it. I sold a ton of cards. I should probably bring up my transactions page. I sold off a bunch of my limiteds. I'm almost completely out of limiteds in America division that are non-Charlotte FC, so that's good. And then now when the Euro season comes around, I can just once prices tick back up, hopefully for Euro preseason, I will plan to sell the big chunk of the Euro cards. I could do it now, though. We'll see. We'll see where prices go in the next little bit because I was able to use that ETH to get some cards. I bought the Jack Mayer that the Jakey recommended to go with my Willis. He's U23 also, so if he's not playing with Willis, he can be in the U23 division. This was my big move of I have not had Asian cards in a long damn time, but I went and got the Korean U23s, Lee Han Bum and Baek Jong Bum. They're teammates on there. There's a stack. It's a U23 stack. They both have Lee Han Bum is the best U23 defender for the summer when the Europe's out of session. So I was like, okay, I get him. They're both 2 years. They play together. They share a clean sheet together. And Baek Jong Bom, the goalkeeper, was cheaper than Chris Brady, who was the cheapest U23 in MLS. So I hope I didn't stab Major League Sorare in the back here by going and getting K-League boys for my
sounds like
for my U23s. And then I picked up a Pablo Ruiz. I made a Pavel trade. I traded a bunch of I traded pure fluff, no ETH, to get Pablo Ruiz, who he has one more week of U23, or he has like 2 more weeks of U23 eligibility. But and I will play him there. But he also pairs with my Savarino, super rare for stacks for the rest of the summer. So trying to stack a little bit, trying to get into U23s. Kerwin Vargas is a U23 as well forward there, so I can play some U23, maybe rare pro division, who knows. But I'm taking I just wanted the people to see I'm taking Jakey Jake's Zardes fan club advice to heart. I'm not just like it wasn't just an empty episode last week. The real things are happening. Let me just show some of my transactions, and you can roast me if these were good deals or not. Maybe.
Yeah, you've got the bum stack working over there now.
Yeah, bitty bum, as Selena once saying. Like what can I say? But bitty bum. But yeah, here's a bunch of my sales. Moved on Nick Lima, Keaton Parks, got rid of some just total trash. I even sold my Yamar, my Araujo. Gorio. I just got rid of a bunch of guys. Next is
a lot of limiteds out the door.
Yeah. Just really paring down the limiteds first to see what I could get with them. Even sold my Tigris stack in limiteds, although I will keep it in rare. Bought the Lehan bum. Now I've started to get rid of some rares. Here's my Pavel trade. You want to just roast my trade real quick and tell me what you think of it, and then we'll move on. But this is what I sent to Pavel. This is what he accepted.
Yeah,
it looks really bad on the value. I know it looks really bad on the value, but I promise you that this Renato Augusto is not a 0.4 value. There's no freaking way. That's
what I was going to say. That's the one that looks like it probably took it over the finish line for you. And I don't know much about the card or the value of it, but I imagine then, if you're throwing it to Pal to go collect dust in his gallery or do whatever it does, then
I would call it kind of worthless. People may disagree if they're huge Corinthians fans in Brazil or whatever, but Renato Augusto used to be a really good player. 34 years old. 35 years old now, even though his card says 33. He's out. He had a calf injury last game where he had to sub out with an injury. So, and he plays in Brazil where it's like you never really know like what they're going to do. If he's going to be able to play or not. There's always rotation in Brazil. You can see his SO5 is absolutely worthless. So I think even though my trade looks really bad value-wise, on paper, I absolutely love it.
Yeah. No, I think that's the way to go. I know everybody's got their own opinion about Pavel Trader, however you say it. But
I say Pavel. Polish W.
Did you notice he's already got it relisted for 0.4 ETH?
Oh, is that okay? That's what it is. That's that floor price. Okay, that's why the thing that he's the culprit of why that value floor price.
But no, I'm a huge fan of just if you have cards that are pretty much worthless at a certain point, and there's cards sitting in Pal's gallery, like that's something I'll do in my spare time. If I'm just, if I got a little bit of time to kill, then I might go into his gallery and check out some MLS cards or see if there's anything that catches my eye, and then I get to work on.
That's exactly what happened.
Cook up a trade.
He had that Pablo Ruiz for 10 hours, and I nicked it off of him. He's selling that Renato Augusto 0.4 floor, right? I literally for a week tried to sell that thing for 0.06 and got no takers. No one would buy it. Ooh. So good luck trying to sell it for 8 times that, Pavel, whatever.
Yeah,
but,
sometimes it works out on our end. Sometimes you look back at one and you're like, damn, he got me good on that one. But hopefully in the end it all kind of washes out. Out in the end. But no, I love the moves, man. I mean, it sounds like you're taking heed, and I know a lot of people in Discord too. Just going in and throwing some feedback in, saying, "Hey, love the input. It made me start thinking, made the wheels start churning a little bit. That I might need to do a little reshuffling at my galleries." Yeah. So it's good stuff. Hey, that's why we're here, right? Hopefully, people are picking up little nuggets here and there to help them along the way.
And thanks to anyone who gave me some props or whatever for being a good sport about it. It was easy to be a good sport because I asked Jake to do it. I said, do your worst, So it's no biggie, and I was honored to do it because Jake's a really smart guy. He's going to be a lawyer someday, I believe. So let me just real quick here, since we got a live update, since we're talking about revamp gallery, I got a live offer while we were talking. Should we check out this offer from
what kind of garbage offer came in?
Let's see what we got. Fabio Vieira for Kevin McAllister. I almost kind of want to do this as an Arsenal fan, get the Porto Fabio Vieira card. I am selling off America cards. What's Fabio's latest sales? 0.006, 0.007. I'm selling Kevin for 0.00 like 85. So I would lose a little value here. I think I kind of want to do that just because I would love to have a Fab card to go with my Odegaard card.
Hey,
but
live on air.
Live on air, accept. Live on air, reject. Schuyler, I'm going to put it in your hands. You tell. I'm a legit 50-50 on this one. You tell me.
If you're 50-50, let's just go for it. Have some fun. I honestly don't know a ton about it. Yeah, I mean,
right. Fuck it.
Without even looking to see if some injury news popped up or anything like that, then you kind of sounded like you weren't like insta reject. And
right,
so, hey, we're here doing it now. We're wasting people's time looking at your trades. Kevin McAllister for Fabio Vieira. Let's add another card to your gallery.
Let's do it. Let's get Fab in there, and we'll deal with Europe when Europe comes around. Let's go. So there we go. Live accepted on the air. I now own Fab Vieira. He's never going to play for Arsenal. So I had another offer received, and it's for Olivier Mbaizo. This actually came in right before we started taping, but I have Mbaizo posted for 0.015 if you want to come get him. It's by far the cheapest on the market. This guy offered me 0.01. That's a snap reject. I'm the cheapest on the market. Don't offer me 60% of my price when I'm already the cheapest on the market, right? Come on now. So with all that self-indulgence out of the way for 15 minutes, let's move on and talk a little bit about what's coming up. Like Game Week 383, as we said, it's kind of tough to know everything that's going to go on. We can't really anticipate rotation stuff that's going to happen the weekend until we see the lineups that come out tonight after we tape this episode. But where you at with MLS season in general and the stage we're at with all this Leagues Cup and Gold Cup really jammed all these fixtures together in May and June, and we're finally starting to come out of that a little, although we're dealing with another midweek again. Gold Cup's coming up. What do you think?
Yeah, it's been interesting trying to navigate, especially not this upcoming game week, but the one that locked here on Monday that, the games are popping off tonight because you've got players departing for Gold Cup. You've got players coming back from international duty. And so, there's that game of, will Gaese make it back in time from his international game? Can I plug him in? And then you've got, especially I know you
will Dennis Buonga fly twice around the world like Superman to spin it backwards so that he can be there in time for kickoff?
Fly back from Africa, which I think we've got word on Twitter that he will be playing tonight. And what facet we don't know yet. Yeah, if he comes off the bench, but no, it's been interesting. And then I think, like I was saying, even you were kind of stymied by a lack of forwards. I think you were morning of an hour before lock saying, "Oh crap, I'm left. I need more forwards.
Yeah, like I have two Savarinos and two Swiderskis. They're both on international duty.
Right. So it's a little bit of a wake up call, and it kind of makes you think. And I'm starting to kind of, this is some kind of a shout out to Quinny. Watching some of his content, I want to say it was last year even. Then he was always keen. He's always been keen on saying he really likes to look ahead. Look ahead 2 or 3 game weeks and really kind of start at least getting an idea of what teams are going to look like, so what holes you've got to fill. And I mean, that sounds like easy, simple advice that anybody can say, oh yeah, plan ahead, but it's something that for me especially, I mean, life gets in the way and we get busy with other things. You're kind of just like tunnel vision on the week ahead. But yeah, this time frame in general, like this is something I'm going to tuck away, especially for next year if we're still here playing, still here recording. But
it was hard because we didn't know the Gold Cup would be covered. We hoped it would, but we didn't have that confirmation. That's something I wish they would have announced a little sooner. We could have planned a little better.
Yeah, but that's something I feel like is maybe just an area that I can up my game a little bit, is kind of planning ahead a little bit. And this international window or summer window, whatever, has definitely kind of opened my eyes to that.
Yeah, we're now 3 days away from the Gold Cup as we record this, and 2 days away by the time that most of y'all get a chance to listen. It means some things. It means some guys go away. It means guys that are so this is the coolest thing. Guys that are bench guys for their MLS team now have a chance to go be starters for their national team in the Gold Cup. So you're going to get utility from pseudo dead cards in your gallery if you haven't sold them off like Jake told you to last week already. And then you're also going to have guys that are on the bench for their MLS team who get a chance to go in starting lineups because starters leave for national teams. So there's that as well. So there's all this extra utility now all running around. Is going to push scores up. What do you see trending that way? And as you start to answer that question, I'm going to bring up the list that you've got on MLS Soccer, Major League Soccer, soccer.com, which is of the guys who have been called into action for the Cup starting on the 24th.
Yeah, and there's a lot of unknowns as far as some of these kind of off-the-wall teams. Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago. We don't know the starting lineup. I mean, obviously, you can do some digging around on your end and try to look at some recent results, look at some recent lineups, and see how some of these guys fit into the mix. USA is interesting because it's mostly MLS guys, some guys that have not gotten a lot of opportunity with the U.S. national team. And so that's kind of to be determined. I could probably come up with an idea of what I think our team's going to look like. But other than that, then I mean, it's kind of maybe do a little bit of research, try to poke around and find some projected starting lineups. And there's some guys that are probably going to be locked in for their national teams, and then there's some guys that may not even see a minute or two here and there. So it's just
good point.
It's tricky to navigate. I mean, it's definitely going to take some digging around. We'll try to help out where we can on our end as far as posting any tidbits in Discord, on Twitter, whatever.
And I just posted the link to this page that we're looking at here on the show in the Discord and the Status Checks channel. So make sure. I mean, at this point, if you like the show, you should be in the Discord, and if you hate the show but just still like to play MLS Sorare, you should be in the Discord. So that's the other flip side of what I talked about earlier, the extra utility. There's also like the crap end of that, which is where you have a starter in MLS who goes to be a bench player on his national team, and then you're totally effed because it's like, well, I just lost utility that way. But
yeah,
I guess that could happen. But like, I'm trying to think who that would apply to. I guess like someone like would Tolkien start for us? Would Sand start for us? I mean, those are guys that might fit into that category.
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean. But yeah, that's the interesting thing too, is that you can't use these Gold Cup guys. I don't think you can use them in any of the American competitions. So they've all
they're only in Cap 240
global and Cap 240.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, it's better than nothing.
But no, it gives us some utility. So
is Tomas Romero a starter for El Salvador at goal? That'd be interesting. That's kind of interesting if you have his Toronto card.
Let's see if we can find that out before Gold Cup kicks off. I don't know off the top of my head, but.
Is this Gressel's USA debut?
I want to say he's got maybe 2 caps.
Okay,
it's interesting to me that they're listing him as a forward, though.
I
saw the roster come out, and he was included with the forward group because I've got his defender cards on Sorare, and now he's got midfielder cards on Sorare, and now he's a forward. So I guess next he's gonna jump in goal and stop it.
That would be great. I would love. Have you ever seen on Sorare have all 3 outfield positions minted? I don't believe we have. He might be a first. I don't think there's anyone in the game who has D, mid, and forward cards.
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, Gressel could be a first in that regard for sure.
Cool.
I don't think Opta will put him as a forward though. I think MLS listing Gressel as a forward is a pure sign. That's what I would call just a pure MLS baby, Like
it was the national team. The national team put them in, and when they come out with their roster,
even better.
Even better.
Group, pure U.S. Soccer Federation.
Maybe they have plans at using them up top. I mean, we could use some help up at that position. I know Balogun just scored.
I mean, he's a winger. He's a winger that sends in tons of crosses. Like he plays as an attacking guy, midfielder. On the wing.
But, I could see it.
Whoa, my light just went out. Shout out to the new ring light that's been helping with the visuals here on the show, although I just lost it. So we'll get it back shortly. Who else is jumping out at you on the players list now as I scroll back through it a second time? I see Christian rolled in. Can you start to formulate potential US starters, at least in your mind? Like, what's a theoretical starting 11 for you as I scroll past some of these names?
Yeah, let me pull up the actual US roster. I mean, I would say, let's say it real quick. Keeper, probably Gaga, right?
Yeah, I think Gaga over Turner.
So there's going to be several players. There's going to be some players on this list that aren't on the national team. But maybe it's either Gaga or Turner. Then from there, I think center back, we probably got Matt Miazga. and Miles Robinson, possibly Aaron Long.
Yeah.
Up top, well, I guess we're working from the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vasquez or Ferreira, I'd say it's between the two of those guys. Maybe left back, Tolkien on the right.
Shaq Moore? Is he in?
I think
no,
Shaq
he's
Moore,
not there. He's not there. Not bad.
Oh yeah, I thought he was there. No. DeJuan Jones. Yeah, I mean that fits.
Yep. Makes sense.
Or Yedlin.
Or Yedlin. You gotta love Yedlin for sure. Yeah.
So I could see several different variations there, but I think Kate Cal is going to get a lot of run probably.
You think Gressel starts? You think Aiden Morris starts?
I don't think Gressel starts right away. Aiden Morris, yeah, he could hold it down in the midfield.
You think Sands will play DM, or would he be a center back sub?
I think Sands is probably going to be a defensive mid
because he's been full on center back for NYC for a while now.
Yeah, I think they probably brought him in for this tournament as some defensive midfield depth.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It'll be fun to watch. It'll be fun. We'll see who they choose to run out there. Greg 3G Greg is not taking over until after the Gold Cup officially, right? Like who after he fought his way back into the job.
I think that's right. It's I don't know. It's kind of it's like a spin the bottle and see which coach we've got next game at this point. But yeah, it sounds like Greg's going to be back at the helm. I don't know when. I'm actually in the camp that I feel like he did very well for the team. Yeah, I wasn't thrilled with the Gio Reyna thing during World Cup. I feel like that was not all him though. But the results speak for themselves, man. I feel like he's done well with the group.
Since we're talking U.S. men's national real quick, I want to point out this was the gold. I popped up the SofaScore rating since I had this screenshot handy of the Gold Cup final. Excuse me, the Nations League final against Canada. How do you feel with the Gold Cup squad being like so different and more MLS based, and then a lot of our international guys playing focused on the Nations League this window? How do you feel about the status of the national team? Where do you like how MLS fits into the national team picture versus some of our European guys?
Oh yeah, I like it. Obviously, probably not a lot of first team guys coming out of MLS, but there are a handful, and there's more talent on the way. Supposedly, Lucho Acosta is working on getting his nationality switched over.
Why not?
So that would be a big time move. He would be a huge asset, I think.
Someone needs to write a book about Lucho Acosta because he went from being like sort of like, a decent piece on DC United, but not like the main man. And then he played with Rooney. Playing with Rooney was like steroids for his career, made him like so much better, like getting that osmosis influence. Then he like going to go to PSG, and then the PSG transfer falls through. He goes from DC to Cincy, and they're like the wooden spoon, and he takes him to the top of the league. I mean, this guy's had an insane career. If he then goes on to play for the U.S. men's national team, someone's got to write a book about this guy. Yeah,
you got to love stories like that, and he's one of the best string pullers in the league. So if you integrate him with some of our attacking talent, Pulisic, Balogun now, Weah, I think it could be pretty dangerous. So I like it. Yeah, I like what MLS brings to the table for the national team. It's always just kind of that added depth, and then maybe a surprise player here or there, like Gressel. Hopefully, I'm interested to see how DeJuan Jones does getting called up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's well deserved. Same with Tolkien. Yeah. Like these are guys that we
future
see excelling week in and week out in MLS, and I feel like they could do it on the international level.
And we really don't have any great fullbacks right now in the American system playing in Europe. Really, right? I mean,
Dest. If you can consider him great.
I don't.
After his,
unfortunately, I consider him decent.
Against Mexico.
Yeah. So the final thing we want to get to before we do our definite decisives is the special weeklies. You can see there's 2 special weeklies here on the board. They look pretty nice. One's in limited, one's in rare, and some interesting prizes that are some non-card prizes. What do you think of like physical real world prizes coming to the MLS world here finally?
Yeah, I love it. I would love it even more if we got word that Messi will be in attendance. I think we did just hear that Messi's first game is going to be during Leagues Cup.
There's 100% chance Messi will be in the building for the MLS.
100%. Wow,
100%. Not even.
That's big time.
Yeah, I don't even question it.
But no, I love that they're giving out prizes. I would say, just as kind of a word of caution, I know several people have reached out on Twitter to Sorare to say, hey, does this include lodging? Does this include airfare? And as far as I know, it does not. It's just the tickets only, or whatever the gift cards or game day experience, that kind of thing. But lodging and airfare is not included. So I would just throw that out as a word of caution to our European fan base or anybody overseas that wins these tickets. And I mean, hey, maybe I'm sure you could resell them. I think last time I looked, they're going for like $300.
Yeah. Hopefully you'd be able to resell them. I like the fact that it's 5 cards from MLS. I think that was a big issue last time they did an MLS Special Weekly for the season kickoff, right? And it was only 3 cards had to be from MLS. That was horrible. So I like the fact that
there was only like
have all 5.
3 prizes up top. Like you had to literally like Podium just to take down whatever. And I think what was that, 10 prizes that you pulled up there? And so that's
the limited is offering game tickets to the top. You get the top 4, and then the top 25 get MLS merch gift cards. And then the rare division is offering VIP tickets. Rare is real nice. VIP tickets to the top 4. All-star signed jersey would be sweet. And then, again, top 30 make gift cards. So very cool. Yeah. Love to see real world prizes coming in. And are you going to prioritize those contests?
Man, I did last time. And then I found out I came across terms of service. And since I actually write for MLSsoccer.com and they've got a partnership with Sorare, then deemed me as an employee and deemed me ineligible. And so I actually did put my best foot forward in that contest. It didn't do well, so I wasn't too mad about it. But after the fact, when I saw that the lock had already passed, and I was like, oh, there's a deadline up right away. But if I was eligible, then yeah, I'd absolutely probably prioritize it. Just see if we hit some tickets, see if we hit that VIP experience. Because I've said before, I've gone on a couple of those MLS VIP trips, and they definitely treat you like a king.
They deliver.
You get to walk the field. I walked the field during MLS All-Stars versus Chelsea, I think way back in like 2012.
Very cool.
Frankie Lampard and Didier Drogba days. I want to say Drogba was still out there. Or no, was it Lukaku? Might have been Lukaku back then. So
yeah, amazing. What a time.
Yeah. No, it was good times. And I mean, yeah, I would say to anybody that has that opportunity, definitely make a run at it.
So I am in a tough spot because I want to do it for the pride. I probably will put a good rare team in there just to try to win the jersey, to be honest, if I can get first. But Arsenal's my favorite EPL club. So it's MLS All-Stars versus Arsenal. I live in Charlotte, probably about a 7-hour drive from DC. I could easily drive up there. But that week, unfortunately, the week of the game is the most important, was like an extremely important week in my real world job that I just cannot miss any time for. So it's not going to be happening for me. I'm not going to be going to MLS All-Star, unfortunately. But
you're still going to enter the contest?
I might just enter the contest for the pride of it, for sure. Yeah, just to win the jersey. Just go for first place and win the signed jersey would be very cool.
Yeah, I'll still be entering even if I'm ineligible for prizes. Let's see how that shakes out. See if I got to get a waiver to sign or something. And
we've already established that I don't make very good strategic decisions in this game, so I might as well enter a contest that I'm not able to use the prize for if I was to win. So let's get to the definite decisives. Let's wrap this thing up. It's been a fun episode. We started with kind of some potpourri of topics and had a really good chat. Big whiffs on all 3 for me. Zardes fan club, his Tyler Miller situation didn't work out. Miller got adventurous again and allowed a wonder goal from midfield. But he did get the goal and the assist from Carlos Heel. Double green. You got to love that. DeJuan Jones did not factor in. Probably the last time I ever picked a defender for my automatic assist. And what do you got now? You're back, Schuyler. Game week 383. We're going to skip the midweek here for decisives because we can't in any practical way do it. But who do you like for the weekend for your guaranteed goal?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Julian Carranza. He's been scoring goals. I think he came up empty-handed last game, but had 2 goals before that on 9 shots at home against Montreal.
Got like that.
Took 5 shots last game. So he turns up, he scores goals for Philly, and I like the matchup too. They are See, it's thrown me off a little bit with these midweek games. I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
say
it's like tough to find the odds and all that, but you do got to love Carranza. I mean, he's always a threat. He's been having a really nice year. I bet Miami wishes they had him to play with Messi for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, and Philly. So speaking of Messi, then yeah, Philly's playing Miami, so that's I love that matchup. Miami's struggling right now on both sides.
Until Messi gets here, Miami, where they are right now, they're going to be even worse by the time Messi finally shows up. I'm going to go with Alan Pulido. He's a definite Decisives favorite. You've used him to great effect before. It's time for me to get on board there. And then for my automatic assist, I got to go with my boy Pablo Ruiz, the new boy in the gallery. They're playing Minnesota, I believe, in the weekend. And I like Savarino and Ruiz to combine for a goal in one way or the other, so I'll take Pablo to get the assist. Who do you like for your automatic assist?
Yeah, I'm rolling with Christian Espinoza. Surprisingly, only has 4 assists this season, has more goals than assists, which is kind of bizarre to me because he's just kind of one of those guys that you can count on just to lump crosses in, stands over set pieces, corner kicks. And so, yeah, it's another one that, I like his matchup at home against St. Louis. So, yeah, let's see if Espinoza can make it.
We had there's a huge Espinoza fan in our Discord. It might be Mr. Speed, if I'm recalling correctly. And he was like, you got to teach me the ways of getting the signature cards because I want an Espinoza signature card. And I was like, Schuyler's the man. DraftKicks will teach you how to do it. You're going with my boy. You did it for the crown for your could be clean sheet. What a genius.
Yeah, what am I doing here, Tripp?
For the crown, baby. Montreal at home. I mean, there's not much better matchup than that, right?
Yeah, no, Montreal is definitely shorthanded. Kalina's given up a lot of goals the last couple of games, but this feels like a good spot to right the ship.
He looks like he should be a good goalkeeper,
he's made some big saves. He's made some big saves along the way too. And so I know Charlotte's getting some players back this week, so hopefully that kind of fuels the fire a little bit, gets the momentum going,
Charlotte's
picks everybody up.
Charlotte's on the way up.
Let's see if Kalina can right the ship. This is probably one of those picks like if you made the pick, then I'd probably be dogging you being
right. I think I might have bullied you into that pick. Because I know the pick you wanted, which is my pick, Joe Bendik. This is one of the few times we're going to be able to pick good old Joe with Andre Blake gone for the Gold Cup. So I'm going to go with Joe Bendik, slip him in there for the home matchup against Inter Miami before Messi. What could be better? There's your definite decisives for game week 383, baby.
Yep, looks good.
Well, Schuyler, DraftKicks, congrats on your podium. Thanks to everyone who gave the feedback for last week's special episode. We will do a follow-up with Jakey Jake. We'll either have him, he will roast your gallery at DraftKicks, or we'll have him come back in like a month and a half and sort of like do a follow-up with me and like see what changes I made, like an episode of Kitchen Nightmares or Bar Rescue or something, Let's follow up and see what actually happens. So
yeah, I love it. Hey, I'd be up for him roasting my gallery. I know it needs a little bit of an overhaul. I kind of started getting to work after watching him roast you, so it's definitely resonating amongst the MLS Sorare community. I will say too, real quick before we go, then we still got that Kamal Miller limited to give away.
Yes.
I know several people commented a couple of shows ago, but if you did not get in on that, then comment here. Right. We'll go ahead and throw you into the mix.
No. You need to go back 2 episodes. This is all a grand scheme to like increase engagement with our old videos. Is you have to go back and comment 2 episodes ago. There's still a time. We will give the Kamal Miller away next week for sure.
All right. I'm on board with that.
Yeah, you got to comment on the 2 videos ago where we introduced it for sure. So anyway, thanks everybody. Good luck with your game weeks and peace out. That's all I can say.
Good luck, guys.